Well, for me, in the past few years, because I've been trying to self-absorb and really find out the things that is blocking me from my past and present moment, trying to really pinpoint what they are. And fear came up pretty strongly, and I realized, first of all, where I was brought up. I was brought up in such a tense fear-based culture, society, which it was embedded within my body and my bone, and unconsciously I was blocking myself to so many things, so many wonderful things that I had no idea. When I realized that, the first thing I started doing was I created a mantra for myself. I said, fear is a lie. And I kept saying that, sometimes singing it on my walk, and sometimes saying it out loud, until I was able to undo the roots of the fear, at least for myself. That really helped me. So I would go on my walk, and I had other mantras, and I create certain mantras for myself, the things that I want to work on myself or on Steve sometimes, and I want to help him out, and I don't even mention it to him, and on his behalf I just say it, because we are so connected. It's universal. When I want something very good for him to happen, or even my friends happen, I'm just gonna do it. Well, what's the point of just talking about it? I'm gonna do it for him.
Mm-hmm.
So I would go on walks, and I say, fear is a lie, fear is a lie, fear is a lie, with my music or meditation, whatever I was listening to. And I slowly started noticing the shifts happening with my consciousness, which was, I was catching myself when I wanted to make a decision, I would second guess it or third guess it, and I would be just like, should I do it? And often money comes into the plate. I'm like, is it the right moment to do it, or should we wait because we're gonna have to pay rent, or we have to pay that?
Speaking of fear, by the way,
thank you. That's what we were talking about right now, fear.
Yeah. But also, I wanted to go in. Are you still going? Because I wanted to also.
So hold on. Yeah. I realized I was catching myself, and I would stand strong on my decision, and I'll be like, no, this is more of a priority. This is the money, the bills is gonna take care of itself. Not that they're not important, but I would put the bills right now. The society that we're living in, or everybody is living in right now, we have the bills right up here instead of here, and our dreams underneath it, which it should be other way around. Our dreams should be on the top, and the bills and the responsibility that we have to take care of, pay the water, house, whatever we have, it should be underneath it. Because that's the prison that they have created for us. And we kind of, unfortunately, right now we are playing, all of us, we have to play the game, but don't let that game destroy the dreams. So I noticed that I have passed a test of not playing that game, at least not internally, no longer, when I realized, I literally physically was feeling that I'm walking on top of it, because the writing, being present with my family, my acting, everything else became so much more important than that. Not going.
Well, now you've given me, you stimulated some other ideas and things that we should talk about in regards to your fear personally, because the book is primarily your story. Think about the fear that they're going through and you're on right now. The levels of fear that they are taught from childhood on up, to fear authority, by death. I mean, if you're caught.
Oh my God!
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. You forgot it. I'm gonna do it.
It's a great example.
Well, hold on.
It was to the point, fear of authority, even to the point of being afraid of our teachers. And I didn't know that until I moved here, and I saw the friendship the teachers and students have. I Even again, like a few years ago, when I wanted to talk to my coach, I would be sometimes frozen and not know what to come out of it's gonna come out of my mouth, because I was so conditioned, because the teachers, it was a big authority up here and the students, and you would never challenge the teacher. And then when I would sit in a class and I see this the new generation, or even like Steve, you challenge not to challenge, but you question your teacher to understand better. I was like, oh my God, what are they doing? What are you doing? You should not be doing that. But speaking of extremists, that's a great example of how the extreme culture affects you.
Well, you actually spoke about something different than I was gonna, so that's good. So I've learned through her story, and really because we were already sort of connected, we became one in this writing this book, and so I was there, you know what I mean, which is a really amazing experience, because I'm so far from there here in America. We've been pampered in so many ways compared to the rest of the world. Not that we don't have it tough in our own way, in our own specific challenges, but to be in Iran, you know what I mean, and be under the somebody's boot your whole life. The teacher's one thing, magnify it times 100 with the government. And if you don't breathe right, you're in trouble. And you can't have a relationship with a man if you're not married. If you get caught, what happens? You get whipped, and what else, guys? If you're caught without your chador, that
well, you can't go out without covering your
or
hair,
or you risk
which
what?
Takes
Whipping?
away.
I mean, guys, think about this.
It's very fascinating. To me, it's a God-given freedom to express your beauty, as whether you're a man or a woman.
Forget your beauty. Just be able to breathe air directly. How about, or
no,
you know what I mean? It's
I'm just the covering.
Of course,
I'm
it's
talking
our
about.
birthright. I mean, you know what I mean? It's like.
But that's even taken away, and there's again, this conversation can go for hours and hours. It's 2020, pretty much 2023, and we're still struggling with that. The wrong messages that was sent to, because of the religion, it was sent to especially women, to cover up yourself, because you're gonna be, what's the word I'm looking for? You're gonna make the man
sexually aroused.
Sexually aroused.
It has the opposite effect.
But what that did to me, it made me very confused about my sexuality, about my relationship with men, in general, period, end of the story.